Hi, this is Mr. Lucas Southerton. This is my second video on how to make a safety poster for the TSA safety poster event. The first one was on how to make it using Microsoft Word. That's probably the easiest way to do it if you're making it for the first time and you just want to get it done. I'd probably make it using Microsoft Word. However, if you really want to give yourself a competitive edge, you might consider using Adobe Photoshop. So I'm going to show you how to make a poster using Photoshop. So down in the bottom left, I'm going to do a search for Photoshop. Let's see here, okay. Photoshop. And that's the one, Adobe Photoshop Element 7.0. I'll double click on that. I'm going to go to Edit. I'm going to go up here to File. And do File, New, Blank File. I can call it whatever I want. I'll just say, Practice Safety Poster. Your width has to be 8.5. Your height has to be 14. Resolution can stay 300. Make sure that the units is inches and the unit for resolution is pixels per inch. So that'll give me the correct size poster. I'm going to drag this a little bit bigger. I'll just show you a few things. Right here's view. You can zoom in or zoom out. First thing I'm going to do is put a picture in there. Let's make the same one as last time, the drill press. So you can take your own pictures, or I have a few pictures that you can use for safety posters saved under my shared folder on the network. So I'm going to go up to File, go to Place, File, Place. Now I have to find my pictures. So let's see here. So this PC, Home, Shared, Mr. Southerton Lucas, TSA, pictures for safety posters. I can, let's see, right here I'm going to view them as large icons just so I can see these. And these aren't the best pictures, but again, if you just want to get some pictures that are copyright free, you can use these ones. So how about right here's the drill press. So I'll place, again I select it, I'll hit place. And I can drag this bigger, smaller. See how the proportions are getting weird? I always like to go up here and click constrain proportions. And then I can drag this and make it as big as I want. I guess I'll go like this. Once you see what you like, you can click the check mark. You can also do things like this if you want. I'm just going to keep it straight up and down. Now, rather than trying to eyeball it straight up and down, I could just come up here and type 0. And I'm going to hit my check mark. To do text, you come, let's see here. I'm just going to minimize this a little bit so you can see a little better. Okay, I'll come over here to the text tool. I'll select that. I should have a cursor. I can click and drag a box. Now I'll go ahead and type in there, drill, press, safety. Now, in order to edit the text, you always have to highlight it. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll make the font more interesting. Right here's how I change the font style. Maybe I'll go with that right there. I'll drag that a little bit bigger. I want it all in one line. There we go, drill press safety. But maybe I have to make it smaller. Okay, let's do this. I want it to be centered, so I'm going to go to right here. This is my adjust section. I can click on that drop down arrow and click center text. And there we go, I like that. When you see what you like, you click the check mark. If you ever want to edit the text, let's say I want to move it. This is my move tool. I'll click on that. I can move this wherever I want. If I ever want to edit the text, then I have to go back to the T tool, select the T tool, click on the text to activate the box, highlight it, and then I can make any changes. One change that I like to do is to make the text the exact same color as a predominant color in the image. That creates a nice sense of harmony. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this tool here. I'm going to say I like that. Let's do that later. Go to this tool, my eyedropper. I'll select it. And look at this box down here when I click on the image. Let's say I click on this color green. See how it became that same color green? Maybe I'll click down here. That's a little bit darker. I want to make it that color. So now I'll go back to my T tool. Click on that. Highlight it. You always have to highlight text to change it. Click on that color. Click OK. Click the check mark. And now it's that color green. Again, I think that creates a nice sense of harmony within the image. Another cool thing is warp text. I'm going to reselect the text box. And I'm going to go to this warped looking T. And you can select different styles. I'm just going to do the arc. That's my favorite. Maybe I'll make that not quite so much. I just think that looks pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And I'll click the check mark. Now the text is too big for the image though. So I could change the font, or if I go to the Move tool, you can actually kind of just like, let me see if I can do this. Oh yeah, here we go. Move the text box too. That's another way to adjust the size of things. So I think that looks pretty cool. When you see what you like, click the check mark. Let's say I wanted to put my details. Well, I'll show you some other cool stuff. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. So there's a cool thing right here. Let's see, where is it? Magnetic Lasso tool. The way you use this is you click. I'm just moving my cursor, and do you see how it's naturally finding that edge of the drill press? If you want to make a dot that you can't find otherwise, you can just click. So it's finding that edge. Oops. I'm going to go back to this dot, and I'm going to put the tip of that. See how it kind of looks like a coat hanger? You put the tip on it on one of the boxes, and I'm going to hit delete. I'll get rid of some of those dots. And I'm just going to kind of close this loop. Now I'm going to hit delete on the keyboard. Oops. So actually, I hit delete on the keyboard and nothing happened. This might be a good time for me to teach you about layers. If you go over here, do you see how it says drill press safety? There, right here's a picture of a drill press, and right here's this background. Because this is darkened, it means I'm on the background layer. So I just deleted something on this background layer, which means nothing. So I'm going to click on this. Now I'm on the image of the drill press. Now if I hit delete, I can get rid of that. What would probably make this poster look super cool and super professional is if I got rid of everything except for the drill press. So you can use the magnetic lasso tool. Another tool you can use to do that is the magic wand. If everything's the same color, let's see, if I go to magic wand and click this, if that's all the same color, it all gets selected. I can hit delete. See, maybe that post will delete. Ooh, this actually is working pretty well. So I'm just clicking on these different patches of color and hitting delete. Oh, I'm going to hit escape. If you ever want to undo, Control Z on the keyboard is your universal undo command. So I could do Control Z, or I could go edit, undo, edit, undo. Okay. You can also use the eraser. You can make the eraser bigger, smaller. Maybe I would like erase some of this stuff here. Anyways, I'm not going to do the whole poster because you don't need to watch me do the whole poster, but I do want you to get an idea of how to do this. Let's see, maybe I'll delete that. Anyway, let's say I deleted everything except for the background. I think that would look amazing. And then what I could maybe do is go back to the text, and maybe where there's room, I could go ahead and, let's see, make it smaller. And I can type my supporting details. So let's make that a little bigger. Support wood firmly. And again, every now and then I could put, some text wherever there's space for it. But as you can see, if I kept on working, deleted all the background, figured out how to orient stuff so that all the text fit on the page nicely, this could be a really cool poster. So anyways, if you wanted to give yourself a chance to like winning at regionals or placing, I'd say do it in Photoshop. It'd take you longer, be more work, but I think it would be more rewarding in the long run to have a really cool safety poster. Let's see if there's anything else I want to show you about Photoshop. Let's say I create a text box and I just want to get out of that. If you hit escape on the keyboard, that exits commands. So sometimes kids, something gets stuck, they don't know what's going on. If they just hit escape a few times, that seems to resolve some problems. Let's see if there's any other cool commands I want to show you. I'll show you another thing that's sometimes of concern. I'm going to move this text box down here. Do you see how it's overlapping the drill press? If I come down here to my layers and I drag this layer on top, see how now the drill press is on top of the text? So that's also something to be aware of, this idea of dragging layers to put some things on top. I think that's all I'm going to show. Oh, okay, I'll show you filters. I'm going to go ahead and click on this image. I'm not going to show you filters, but to improve images, sometimes you can go to Enhance, Adjust Lighting, Levels. I kind of like to drag these things towards the center a little bit. This makes the lights brighter. This makes the darks darker. This adds a little bit of contrast to the image. And click OK. Let's see, Enhance. Actually, I'm going to do Edit, Undo. Because anytime I start editing the image, I like to do this. I'm going to go down to the image here, right-click. Again, I clicked on the image, right-clicked, and I'm going to duplicate the layer. And you can name it whatever you want. I'll call this edited layer. And I like to have 2 layers there so I can edit one, and if I screw up, then I can just refer to the other layer. So let's see, Enhance, Adjust Lighting, Levels. Maybe I'll do that, do this. Click OK. Maybe I want to add filters. These are pretty cool, these filters. I'm just going to click on a filter and hit Apply. And as you can see, it just kind of adds these, depending on which filter you select, it adds these artsy things to the image. So, you know, that's kind of cool. Might impress the judges. I'll click OK. Let's see here. If I ever decide I don't want that, see this eyeball next to the layers? If you click on the eyeball, that turns layers on and off. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty much it. Again, this is a good way to make a really cool safety poster. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Mr. Lucas Southerton.